What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are looking at the Maxfind FF AT. It's their new version of their FF AT. They've got their Plus, they've got their old one, this is their new one. It's a little bit confusing, but I'll put the correct link in the description. As you guys may or may not know, we have reviewed almost every single Maxfind board on this channel over the previous 2 or 3 years. And honestly, they do keep getting better and better. And this new FF is no exception. So let's jump straight into the review and I'm gonna tell you all about it. I'm gonna tell you who this is for and who it's not for, because there is definitely a list of people who this board will not suit. But let's go.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?
Now the first big improvement or upgrade from the original FFAT, in my opinion, is the deck. It's a lot less flexy. The old one was super flexy. And honestly, I thought the FF stood for f***ing flexy. But now, take a look at it. It's still flexy, but I'm not scared I'm gonna bottom it out anymore. As you can see there, I'll just slow down to show you properly. As you can see, it's still got a little bit of flex, but just enough now to be comfortable. The old one would have been bending like a banana.
Bananas.
Second point, dual 1500 watt hub motors. As you can see, we're going up an incline right now in 3rd speed mode, and it's not struggling at all. We can still accelerate. We're on 30 kilometers per hour right there. It has a lot more kick. Now, it's not gonna make it up a hill like that behind me, if you can see. That's the hill we did the Meepo on. It won't make it up there, definitely not. But it does make it up medium inclines. The second major upgrade for me is the battery capacity. They've now got 8.7 amp hours in this, but it's in a configuration of 12S 3P, and it's still super hot swappable. And the way they've done that is they've actually made the battery enclosure larger. Now, I've seen a few reviews online complaining that the battery door doesn't seal or sit flush, but if you take a look at the battery, yeah, it would be nice if it sat flush and locked away really nice and tight. But the actual battery in this board is in what I would almost classify as a sealed unit inside the board. When you take it out, there's not going to be much moisture getting in there. Now the third upgrade, well not really upgrade, the third change is the remote control. It's a whole new shape. It's exactly the same functions, but it's just a nice new shape, nice place to rest your finger, same really comfortable scroll wheel, and it's the same user face. You probably can't see that, it's so bright. It's the same Hobbywing user face that everybody is used to. But because it is the 9028 ESC, you can turn the board on and off with the remote control. Now, one of the big advantages of hub is the noise factor. If you're somewhere you want to be discreet, or if you're going to the city, or you're living in maybe a gated community and you want to skate at night, hubs are whisper quiet. Now, I've unplugged my lavalier microphone. We're on the shotgun now. I'm gonna do the noise test like we did in the last one. Cruise along here for 100 meters. I'll put the microphone down by the wheel and you can hear how quiet this really is. All right, noise test, here we go. Quite literally, the only noise you get is the friction of the rubber on the road. There's no noise, which is really nice. As I said, if you're in one of those situations where you don't want to draw attention to yourself. Super quickly, let's touch on the actual wheels and trucks. Now, I think these are upgraded because they feel very, very different. These feel exactly the same as the Cloud Wheel Rovers. Nice and grippy, but also, if you push it hard enough, you can slide them and have a fair bit of fun. Now, the wheels themselves, the front is like a very strong, I hate using this word, but it's like a DuPont plastic, but it's probably not that, but it seems very strong. I gave it a few whacks with the hammer and there was no chips or cracks that showed up. The rear is obviously a solid hub motor. I did read somewhere, and you'll need to fact check me on this, but I did read somewhere that if you split the motor, you can put the Cloudwheel Rovers on here. Not that you'd need to, because as I said, these already feel exactly the same as far as the grip, the ride comfort, and as I said, if you push them hard enough, you can slide them. Now the trucks are their standard double kingpin trucks. They have their white bushings. I couldn't see on their website the durometer. They are fairly loose. I can hit top speed on it without any speed wobbles, but again, I do ride a lot of double kingpin. If this is going to be your first board, don't go into 4th speed mode and try to go top speed. You will get speed wobbles and you will fall off. All right, so really quickly, let's talk about who this board is for, or what this board is for, and what it's not for, or who it's not for. First of all, what it's for. This is, I honestly think it's an urban commuter. It's gonna be fantastic for riding around the city, from your car to the office, going on little group rides. It's just gonna be a nice board to just have in the boot, to jump on, to take on that last mile, just to get you really where you need to go. What it's not for, well, it's not for going off-road. It's not a true all-terrain, and that's where I sort of have a bit of a thing with the name FFAT. I would almost want to call it the FF Urban Cruiser or something like that, because around cities, around streets, footpaths, this thing is legitimately a good solution. If you don't want to have a noisy belt, but you want to have big enough wheels to sort of go over corrugations and cobblestones and cracks and so on, this will do a nice job. And because of that flex, it delivers quite a smooth ride, or a very smooth ride. I don't want to be sort of ambiguous with my words. The ride that this delivers is very, very comfortable. And from those double kingpin trucks, it's super carvy as well. All right, super quickly, let me show you the turning circle on this board. As I mentioned, double kingpin trucks and an airless rubber wheel, which, as I said, feels very, very similar to the Cloudwheel Rovers. So yeah, nice and tight, and if you push it hard enough, you can slide the back out if you want to have a little bit of fun. Okay, now I want to show you the braking, because this is the 9028, but it's got actually pretty good brakes for a hobby wing. Now we're sitting on 25 kilometers per hour, and we're going to do a brake in a few seconds. I'll show you. Here we go. Right, 3, 2, 1. So I'll just leave the board there. I'll just move it across really quickly so it's not on the road. But from 25k, I hit the brake at the very front of this white ute here. So that's not bad, as you can see. Now the board does have reversal as well. So not bad brakes, and very smooth as well. Now we've stopped at the local pub for a beer, and I'll explain why once we start talking about the SWOT analysis. What am I looking here? All right, let's jump into the SWOT analysis really quickly.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
The strengths on this board are fairly obvious. It's everything they've upgraded. It's the new deck with less flex, I really like it. The bigger battery, the 12S3P. The new motors being 1500 watts each, or 3000 total. And also some of the original aspects of the board, which I also still really like. The built-in carry handle is just so good when you want to carry it behind you. The handle at the front is a great feature. The tires or the wheels, really grippy, but you can push them far enough to have a bit of fun and slide if you want to. The double kingpin trucks. Now these aren't the carviest trucks out there, but the payoff of that is you can sit on 40, 42k an hour. As far as weaknesses, the only weakness I would say, and we did talk about it on the ride, is just the attention to detail. It would be really nice if that battery enclosure sealed perfectly, just from a look aspect. You know, people see it, and you look at it and you go, oh, it's open a bit. That's a first impression. And I think for Maxfind, who's been doing this now for quite a while, you know, it's those little things that would just take the board from being good to great. As far as opportunities, it would be nice to see, and I don't know if it's even possible, but it would be awesome if there was a pneumatic option for this board, just to make it that little bit more smoother, especially if you did want to do some light off-roading. A pneumatic tire option, again, I don't know if it's even possible on a hub motor. If you know, comment down below. If you've seen something, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to see it if you've got a link. But that for me would be a massive opportunity. The second opportunity, I think it would be a cool little option to have from the factory, like tick a box, you know, as a drop down, to actually have proper grip tape on it. The rubberized grip is great, and I really enjoy it for, you know, easy cruising. As I said, this is a commuter board, an urban terrain board. But if you did want to really push this thing, get extra good grip, it would be super nice if they offered a grip tape option from the factory. Okay, and very lastly, threats. No surprises, there's been no threats to this board. I've had no cutouts, no ghost accelerations, no runaways. You know, the board's got no issues, there's no cracks, the trucks are fine. I've gone up and down a few curbs. As of right now, there's no threats on this board. Yeah, it's just all around a nice little board to ride. So now let's get to the point as to why I've stopped for a beer for the end of this video. Well, one, it is Maxfind's 7th birthday or 7th anniversary. So they've been in this industry now for 7 years doing what they do. And if you look back at their history, their boards have definitely got better and better over time. Second point, it's actually my birthday. So today I am 43, and so I thought what better way to celebrate my birthday than to go out and film a review for a board which is also celebrating its birthday today. So combined between Maxfind and me, we are turning 50 today. So happy birthday, Maxfind. And guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content. As always, please hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. We are edging closer to that 10,000 subscriber giveaway. And if you've got any comments or questions, chuck them down below. But until next time, guys, as always, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?